Welcome back to Guru Beauty. I am Jody and today I'm reviewing another foundation for you. This time it is the Stila AQUA Serum Foundation. This one released out in Australia a little while ago at Mecca, and the idea of this is that it's going to be one of those glowier foundations that, like so many that have come before it, have that very sort of watery, lightweight texture to it that comes in a dropper style application. So I'm going to run you through what I think of this foundation. I'll show you the foundation going on. I'll also show you how it's lasted throughout the day and give you my final thoughts and recommendations. So first things first, this foundation retails for 71 Australian dollars here at Mecca, 45 American according to the Sephora website. And this foundation actually does not get a great rating overall, less than 3.5 stars according to the Sephora reviewers, less than 3.5 stars according to the Mecca reviewers. And typically the reviewers on Mecca usually give things a higher rating than what you'd see on Sephora. So less than 3.5 stars, that's a pretty bad rating for a foundation. I'm going to share with you what Stila actually claims about this foundation. I'm going to share with you how this one performs for my aging, pigmented, deep pores, combination oily skin. I'm going to share with you how this one performs on my skin throughout the entire day, and I'll give you my final thoughts and recommendations. First up, I will start with the packaging. I think this is a plastic style packaging. Very, very attractive. We've got a sort of goldy, bronzy, gradient, metallic finish on the bottle with a beautiful gold dropper, gold writing on it. It's very, very attractive, and it's definitely going to be important, as with all of these lightweight foundations, to shake it very well. I like to actually press the top of the dropper, shake it again, because I don't want the product that might still be in the dropper from the last time I used it to not be shaken. So I like to just press it, keep shaking, press it, keep shaking. Okay, so you'll see that the top actually unscrews here and you've got a little dropper. I like the packaging. It's pretty lightweight because it's not glass, it is plastic. This will bounce on your bathroom tiles, and yet it has the nice attractive look of glass. Standard 30 mils or 1 fluid ounce of product in there, and according to the bottle, what does it say on the back here? Shake well before use, using your fingers or brush number 33, blend over face, building where more coverage is needed. This product is available in 10 different shades, and I am matched to the shade light medium for my NC25 skin. I think that that is a really nice match for my skin. Now, what it says on the box that it comes in is that it carries several benefits: medium to full buildable coverage with a natural radiant finish. Advanced multi-reflective color pigments play with light to instantly even skin tone and reduce the appearance of imperfections. Contains an electrolyte balance system, a carefully combined complex of ionized water, advanced hyaluronic acid, which is going to attract hydration and moisture, and essential minerals to help hydrate and nourish for skin that glows with healthy radiance. Fragrance-free. From the Sephora website, it is described as an ultra lightweight ionized water-based foundation with buildable and natural looking coverage. This ionized water-based foundation blends seamlessly to provide natural looking buildable to full coverage. I would disagree with the to full bit. Infused with an innovative electrolyte balance system comprised of ionized water, advanced hyaluronic acid and essential minerals, the serum formula helps hydrate and nourish the skin so that it glows with healthy looking radiance. Now here comes the serum bit. Whenever you see serum in the name of a foundation, you're going to see claims of a skincare benefit, and here it is. After 12 hours of continuous wear, skin is more hydrated. Highly refractive, multi-reflective pigments play with light to optically smooth skin and instantly reduce the appearance of imperfections, pores, fine lines and wrinkles. And then moving on to the Mecca website, they describe it as a water-based serum foundation for hydrated skin and a lit from within glow. Buildable to full coverage. Ish, don't think so, for a radiant finish. And then according to the details, this lightweight foundation uses light reflective particles to smooth the look of skin and minimize the appearance of imperfections. Melting into the skin upon contact, the Serum Foundation Hybrid blurs flaws, hydrates, and perfects the look of skin. According to the ingredients, all they say is fragrance free, but don't worry, I've got you covered. There will be a full list of ingredients down below. I will read them out to you though, just the first few, starting with water, followed by dimethicone. So a water-based foundation that does have silicone, and I think that silicone really does also help with the slip of this product, but also with the smoothing effect. So water, dimethicone, then phenyltrimethicone, glycerin, caprylic, capric triglyceride, and so on and so on. I will note that maybe a third of the way down we have sunflower seed oil. So this is not an oil-free product. It does not contain SPF. It also does not contain any alcohol, so you don't have that sort of dry off that you sometimes get with other foundations. You also don't have a strong alcohol scent because it doesn't contain alcohol, and this product also does not contain any parabens. Whilst I really don't like using fingers to apply foundation, I think that fingers really are the best way to apply these sort of very watery, lightweight textured foundations. They give you a good chance to just kind of really press that product into the skin. I also do like to build it up with my fingers, and while I would say that the claims on the box of medium to full buildable coverage with a natural radiant finish aren't exactly what my experience is, I would say that this is a medium buildable coverage. You can build it up, but you're not going to get a full coverage with this foundation. After one layer, you can see that I've got a light medium coverage. You can still see pigmentation coming through, and I am going to just build up this foundation a little bit, just using my fingers on areas where I want just a little bit more coverage. It's definitely a glowy foundation. You're definitely having a radiance show through, and whether it's the finish and reflective pigments or the silicone in it, whatever it is, I do find that it does have a smoothing finish to the skin. I do feel that this foundation does build quite nicely. That's giving me over a medium coverage. I don't think that this is a foundation that's ever going to get to full because it is just too slippery. It sort of doesn't have anything, you know, each layer it feels like doesn't have anything to sort of grab hold of. Does that make sense? But you can build it up to, yeah, probably just a little bit more than medium in those areas where you really need it, and it does sort of seem to blend in quite nicely there. We'll see how that one lasts throughout the day. So overall now, with the touched up foundation built up in certain areas, I would say I'm very pleased with the way that my skin looks. It does look relatively smoothed. I've got a slightly more than medium coverage now, and I definitely have a definite dew factor. So a couple of things. I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup. We're going to see if this does actually sort of set down at all. I suspect that I will want to powder in my T-zone, but I will be back in probably about half an hour after I've applied my makeup. I'll let you know what I'm thinking of the foundation then. All right, I have applied the rest of my makeup, and the foundation is still definitely looking dewy on my face. I have applied the Hourglass Ambient Strobe lighting powder around my cheekbones, so that glow is from highlighter, also down my nose, but otherwise, you know, on my chin, on my forehead, you can see that it is still looking a little bit glowy. I am going to apply a little bit of the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. I'm using a damp beauty blender. That is my preferred method. And I'm just going to do down my T-zone. So at this point, I am really pleased with the way that my skin looks now after applying just a little bit of translucent powder down my T-zone. I think that I still have a really nice, just over medium coverage, I would say, from that foundation. My skin is still looking dewy, obviously from the highlight, powder highlight, but also I can see some dewiness, you know, where the foundation is here. I certainly have not applied any powder there. So I've got a dewy, glowy look from this foundation. I would say that my skin does look relatively smooth. Great color match for me there with the light medium. Really pleased with the way that my skin looks. I will just say, for the sake of those of you who, like me, also like a foundation that sets, if I just press a piece of paper to my face, I do have foundation coming off on a white piece of paper. So it doesn't feel like it sets. It does sort of still feel wet on my face, so I will say that, but it is quite hot and muggy and humid. It still feels nice. It doesn't feel awful. It doesn't feel tacky or anything like that. It just feels, you know, I don't know, my skin feels hydrated, I guess. Part of that could be my dewy glow with the heat today. But anyway, that's enough from me. Really pleased with the way the foundation looks right now. I'll be back to let you know how it's lasted throughout the day. We are over 11 hours after application of the Stila AQUA Glow Serum Foundation today, and I've got to say that my face looks extremely shiny. I have not touched up at all within 11 and a half hours, which, you know, is to be expected, I guess, with most foundations, that my face would look shiny. So I think if you are after a foundation, if you have oily combination skin, if you're after a foundation that does not need touch up at all throughout the day to look beautiful, if you're after a foundation that's oil controlling, this is not the one for you. But I will say that despite the way that it's looking now at the almost 12-hour mark, which is, you know, it's a long stretch for any foundation, even at 5 to 6 hours, this foundation was actually looking really good. I went shopping today. I did a lot of trying on clothes, so I spent a lot of time in front of the mirror and I was just checking in the whole time. My skin really looked still fantastic, not overly glowy, not overly oily or greasy, you know, 3, 4, 5 hours after application. So I was really impressed. I am just going to touch up just so you can see how this foundation can look. So with just a little bit of powder, I feel like I've still got the glow from this foundation, but it's not looking overly oily or greasy. It's not looking cakey. It's not looking like it's patchy or that it's worn off in certain areas, which is something that I can get from the dewier foundations out there. I actually really quite like this one. Overall, at the end of the day, based on my experience, I would give the Stila AQUA Glow Serum Foundation 2 guru thumbs up. So overall, as you've seen, I actually really quite like the Stila AQUA Glow Serum Foundation. Some people don't. With a rating of less than 3.5 stars, you know, I had probably pretty realistic expectations of this foundation, but have been actually quite pleasantly surprised. So yes, I would recommend it for those of you who do have textured issues like me. I would recommend it to those of you who like a medium coverage or lighter. I also would recommend it to those of you with normal skin and even dry skin. I would say if you are oily, this may just be too much. I think don't be surprised if you do need to touch this up once or twice throughout the day, regardless of your skin type, but do beware if your skin is oily. Today I did use it with the Stila one-step correcting brightening primer, and I found that they worked beautifully together. So certainly do keep that one in mind if you are after a primer. Yeah, definitely a big fan. Please do let me know what your thoughts are on this foundation. Have you used it? What's your skin type? Is it too glowy for you, or do you actually quite dig it? I would love to hear from you down below. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a gorgeous day, and please don't forget, you are beautiful. No matter what foundation you wear, even if you don't wear any at all, you are absolutely beautiful. And you know what? It's all very nice to want to look at and wear beautiful makeup to look at, but it's so much more important to be it. Don't you forget that. Have yourself a gorgeous day. I will see you again really, really soon. Bye.